morning. Now, on the road again. You're joining us in Verdun, which is just on the edge of the Lorraine region, I believe. Take the second exit. What a beauty of a place to stay. I didn't realise it had such a nice sort of seafront. Hopefully we might see it. Odd to see a Willys Jeep first thing in the morning, especially because we're not in World War II areas, we're in World War I. Oh, it's a circus. In Verdun last night, which I knew to be the site of one of the bloodiest battles of World War I, and also the site of a bunch of forts in the area. We visited Fort Douaumont, which is about a 5-kilometer drive from the town, and very worth a visit. Kind of, there's something about World War I that's a bit more harrowing for the soldiers on the ground. Like the equipment and stuff is getting there to, you know, modern gearing, diesel engines, electric generators and stuff, but there's less thought put into the human element behind it, if that makes sense. They have these massive turrets, sort of made of big mound of iron that you can see just pointing out the top of the concrete on the fort. The fort was made in the 1880s, I think, and to get that up and out to fire off your cannons or machine guns, it was human powered. Actual like hand cranks that you'd push to push it up, and big massive counterweights, so it's sort of like on the cusp of modern technology but not quite there yet. And I don't know, something about it always, it's fascinating but kind of creepy at the same time. And same with the fort itself, it really goes far down. On the bottom floor we could go to, there was further sub-levels, and there was like a 40-meter drop down into a well, the ladder. Terrifying stuff if you're the poor sod that has to go down there and get everyone's water for the day. Who are you gonna call? But yeah, I think definitely if you're here, and I think this is probably a region that deserves more than one quick afternoon stop and then jetting off again, because there's so much to see. There was trenches on the side of the road that we didn't have time to stop in and have a look at, but I definitely think this is an area I'd visit again. Most people, I think, at least in my circles, would think of going to the Somme or Flanders or that kind of area to experience World War I, but they're definitely worth a visit, the French side. But anyways, the town of Verdun itself is actually a very beautiful town. The river uses going through it, plenty of bars and restaurants along the quayside, plenty of people living in their boats. Really nice place to be. I'd highly recommend it if you're in this area looking for something to do. You probably want like a long weekend to properly have enough time to see each of the forts. I think there's 7 or 8 of them, but I think Douaumont is the biggest one. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Name, you can correct me in the comments when you read this. But what about today? Today is a day where we're absolutely flooring it all the way to Evreux, I think it's called. We only booked it last night. It was the last place to book, and I just left it till the last day because I wasn't sure how the pacing was going to be, etc, etc. So today is a 6-hour drive. That's pure drive, so probably 7 hours in reality, including stops. It's about 10:15 now, I think, so any luck, we'll be there for 5 o'clock. But yeah, today's video is just a ride. There might be interesting stuff on the way, but if that doesn't interest you, tune in next time, where we're going to have a look at the Merville battery in Ouistreham, which is something that I missed last time, and I think there's a C-47 plane there. More D-Day stuff. We'll be staying in Bayeux, which is only 2.5 hours away from our next accommodation, so we're like, you know, cutting the distance today. But let's see, maybe there'll be some beautiful parks on the way, who knows. Either way, let's get going, or rather, let's continue going. Right now we're riding through the Argonne forest region, which was another part of the French front line in World War I. As you can see from the poignant, the soldiers on the entrance to the village. So now we're passing through the Marne region, which I think was the site of one of the very first battles of World War I between the French and the Germans. Now, if there's one thing I could say, is that the county council in this area needs to do something about the road. Consistently, every once in a while, there's a sudden thump, thump. I don't know what it's about, but you'll just get comfy on the bike and then you'll hit one of them. And it upsets whatever position you just found comfort in. A little bit annoying. But sure, look, this is what it is. I think it's to the right. It's quite dusty here now. See? So we're in the Champagne region right now, and these are the Champagne fields for Champagne, you know, sparkling wine. But because we're actually in the Champagne region, the Champagne is officially called Champagne. Isn't that pretty good? I'm messing with you, I know it's champagne. Absolutely stretches for miles. 3 hours to go to destination. Here's the first interesting thing in a long time. Is that a bathtub driving in front of us? It smells very much like something ancient. What do you suppose it is? Red wheel rims. hopefully you can see it. Maybe there's like a vintage rally on or something. Oh, there is. Okay. I guess we're going through this. Daisy, try and blend in. Vincy-Manœuvre. Dang, we missed whatever it was. Some lovely old bikes over there. Lovely old cars. Wow. Patrick will be having a field day here. Dang. Regrettably, we don't have time to stop and check all that out, as we still got a long drive ahead of us, but that was a very cool random thing to come across. This piece of art is probably the most interesting thing we've seen for the last 2 hours, I'd say. Central France. Covered in bugs. Blah. Some load of motards. Again, the French word for biker. Little vertical boiler steam engine. And I think that's us in Evreux. Long drive, and probably ironically one of the shorter videos on this trip because there wasn't really too much to see on the drive here, but we made it. Oh, I could use a long shower. But tomorrow, D-Day in the Merville batteries. If you stayed with me to this point, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the long journey. But yeah, we'll talk in the next one. Bye. Oh, I do see a C47 at least. Can you? There you go. Here's his name on his brand new motorbike.